Welcome. All are invited to our Mad Pride Palace, Rolling Over Racism. This is an art project by my client, David Oakes, with a disabled voice. I will repeat, David. We light our disability chalice. You are very welcome to roll or step into the Mad Pride Palace.
This is for our Unitarian Universalists Beloved Conversations 2021.
This is for our Unitarian Universalist Beloved Conversations 2021.
But rather than trying to control things, let's go to the Mad Pride Palace.
But rather than trying to control things, let's go to the Mad Pride Palace.
We could not find a ramp in Minecraft, hint, hint.
We could not find a ramp in Minecraft, hint, hint.
Our first portfolio installation is about Harriet Tubman.
Our first portfolio installation is about Harriet Tubman.
When she was young, Harriet experienced a severe head injury because of an assault by the slave owner.
When she was young, Harriet experienced a severe head injury because of an assault by the slave owner.
She said this disability impacted her whole life.
She said this disability impacted her whole life.
Harriet was not only one of the main conductors of the Underground Railroad, she was also the first woman to lead an armed military operation in the U.S. during the Civil War.
Harriet was not only one of the main conductors of the Underground Railroad, she was also the first woman to lead an armed military operation in the U.S. during the Civil War.
We need to lean into our discovery. I was raised in the south side of Chicago in a working class neighborhood.
We need to lean into our discomfort. I was raised on the south side of Chicago in a working class neighborhood.
Unfortunately, it was extremely racist. Only a few blocks from where I grew up in 1966, MLK was struck by a rock.
Unfortunately, it was extremely racist. Only a few blocks from where I grew up in 1966, MLK was struck by a rock.
I got a scholarship to Harvard, experienced mental health issues, and Harvard placed me as an intern in a group for psychiatric survivors.
I got a scholarship to Harvard, experienced mental health issues, and Harvard placed me as an intern in a group for psychiatric survivors.
This mad pride movement became my career for 45 years.
This Mad Pride movement became my career for 45 years.
But what about followership?
But what about followership?
There are an incredible number of my friends who led our movement were black women.
There are an incredible number of friends who have led our movement who are black women.
A few, Celia Brown,
A few, Celia Brown,
T.C. Dumas,
T.C. Dumas,
Yvonne Smith,
Yvonne Smith,
Wilda White,
Wilda White,
the late Cookie Gath.
the late Cookie Gant.
In 2012, I experienced a severe accident. Now, when I'm fully myself, it must include extreme disability.
In 2012, I experienced a severe accident. Now, when I am fully myself, it must include extreme disability.
This is one of the biggest moments in the world.
This is one of the biggest movements in the world.
The disability movement must do more to support leadership of Black, Indigenous, people of color, BIPOC.
The disability movement must do more to support leadership of Black, Indigenous, people of color, BIPOC.
I am proud that my local Unitarian Universalist church in Eugene, Oregon has adopted a principle with several other UU churches to dismantle racism and other oppressions.
I'm proud that my local Unitarian Universalist church in Eugene, Oregon has adopted a principle with several other UU churches to dismantle racism and other oppressions.
This year, my UU church has a new settled minister, Rev. Jen.
This year, my UU church has a new settled minister, Rev. Jen.
One of Rev. Jen's first sermons was in support of the disability movement.
One of Rev. Jen's first sermons was in support of the disability movement.
75 members of our church took this Beloved Conversations.
75 members of our church took Beloved Conversations.
We celebrate unlearning racism.
We celebrate unlearning racism.
Finally, I use the phrase green disability.
Finally, I use the phrase green disability.
Dismantling racism and other oppressions must lead us to a nonviolent revolution addressing the climate crisis.
Dismantling racism and other oppressions must lead us to a nonviolent revolution, addressing the climate crisis.
One of the main leaders of fighting climate crisis is Greta, who calls her diagnosis of autism her superpower.
One of the main leaders of fighting climate crisis is Greta, who calls her diagnosis of autism her superpower.
Please exit here.
Please exit here.
You are welcome to rest here and look out over the scene to the future.
You are welcome to rest here and look out over the scene into the future.
When I was in a park in Eugene, I will always remember reading something by MLK.
When I was in a park in Eugene, I will always remember something I read by MLK.
He said that he hoped some young people on the south side of Chicago would be able to recover.
He said that he hoped some young people on the south side of Chicago would be able to recover.
This moment, like MLK was speaking to me.
This moment I will always remember because it felt like MLK was speaking to me.
I look forward to 7 generations. I pick the year 20 to 22.
I look forward 7 generations. I pick the year 2222.
For humanity to reach there, we need a revolution.
For humanity to reach there, we need a revolution.
Thanks, Elijah. We will now turn off our disability jealous.
We will now turn off the disability chalice.
Thanks. That's true.
Sing aloud, drown me out if you like. This is a song for us to sing together. Dig-a-dunk and fry, my thoughts freely flower. Dig-a-dunk and fry, my thoughts give me power. No scholar can trap them, no hunter can map them, no one can deny. Dig-a-dunk and